Hello class 7, welcome to another online geography class. Today we will start a new chapter, that is urbanization. So here first of all we have to know what is urbanization, but I suppose this term is very much familiar to you. Actually, urbanization indicates the increasing number of people living in towns or big cities in comparison to the villages. Okay, so actually, a few causes are responsible for the increasing urbanization all over the world. We can discuss the major ones. The first thing that we can say, in the 18th century, due to industrial revolution in England and later on it spread in entire Europe, there was a huge demand for workers or laborers in the factories of England. For that matter, people from the nearby countryside or people from the nearby villages, they actually migrated to these cities because they thought that they will be getting jobs in those industries. Now the next cause or the next reason of urbanization, that is modernization of urban areas. Because of modernization of urban areas, the urban areas acted or the urban areas created a lot of pull factors. So as we have already completed the chapter of migration, so we know about the pull factors and the push factors. So as I was discussing, that is modernization of urban areas created a couple of pull factors like better job opportunities, better healthcare facilities and educational facilities, and along with that developed transport and communication system. So because of all these factors, the village dwellers or the people living in villages, they migrated towards the towns or cities, especially in continents like Asia, Africa and South America. So we can conclude that is improvement of trade and commerce in the towns and cities provided better job opportunities and good salaries to people and better transport and communication facilities. All these factors collectively are responsible for urbanization. Now, urbanization has also got some effects. So, we can categorize these effects into positive as well as negative aspects. The positive aspects are, first of all, we can say that the cities are offering large number of services and job opportunities. They are also having better education, healthcare facility and more scope for entertainment. And the standard of living for people, that is also quite better in cities in comparison to those people who are living in the villages. Now, another very important positive effect of urbanization is that the social and religious taboos disappear in the towns and cities. That is, let me give you a few examples, then the entire thing will be very much clear to you. Whenever we are going, simply suppose we are going to the market, or anybody, we are going to the market to buy fruits, vegetables, or we are buying flowers that we are offering to God, but we are not concerned about the caste or the religion of the person who is selling those. But in the villages or in the rural areas, people are very specific about all these. So that's what we can say, that social and religious customs are much flexible in the cities than whatever those things are there in villages. Now, regarding the negative aspects, we can say the first and the foremost thing, that is the cities got overcrowded, and as a result of that, the pollution in all terms, that is the air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and as well as noise pollution, everything increased a lot. Along with that, because of the huge population, everybody, there was a problem that everyone present in the towns or cities were unable to find a suitable job for themselves, and henceforth another problem emerged, that is the problem of unemployment. Many people, that's why they were forced to live in slums. Okay, now after that, let us move on to the next topic related with this chapter, that is satellite cities. Now, satellite cities are actually those cities which are located very close to a big metropolitan city, but they are independent in nature. Though the satellite cities are small or medium sized metropolitan cities, but they are socially and economically independent, or rather, they are not dependent upon the large metropolitan city located nearby. We can give a few examples of satellite cities. Let us take the example of our city, Kolkata. Kolkata has two satellite cities. One is Kalyani and another one is Rajarhat. Okay. Now, the satellite cities has got some features. The first one is already been discussed, that is, though they are located nearby the large metropolitan city, but they are economically and socially independent. Another thing that we can say, that is the satellite cities are usually separated from large metropolitan cities by a river or a village or any other physical territory. Now the next thing that we can say, that is the satellite cities have been in existence as cities before being interconnected with large metropolitan cities, and they have their own municipal government. Now, after satellite cities, another thing that we have to know, which is very relevant with urbanization, that is smart cities. Okay, now what is a smart city? A smart city is that kind of city which uses information and communication technology to provide improved services like traffic management, education, healthcare, water supply, waste management, etc. to its residents. So, there are many smart cities all over the world, like London in UK, Paris in France, Berlin of Germany, New York of USA, and in India also we have many satellite cities. We have taken a few examples like New Delhi, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Bhopal, etc. So today over here we have finished our chapter urbanization. Hope you all have understood all the things and you have enjoyed your class. So please go through the chapter properly and prepare yourself properly and wait for the next video. Thank you.